Alright guys, today's stream is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This is a tweet collection by Gary Greenberg. This was released 8/10/2020. This was released 5 years ago of Gary's, tweet collection. We start going through them. We'll start going through it all. See what we find. See what gems we find. A percentage human beings on Earth are organic portals, soulless human beings. Chat, what do we think of this? Is this facts or not? A percentage of human beings are NPCs. So what would that mean? Right? How are you NPC? Where's your soul then? Are they made in a lab? Are they cloned? What's going on? Soulmate Day. Gary's Soulmate Day. So 8/5 is Gary's Soulmate Day. Do you guys know your soulmate dates? GG33 information. Everybody has soulmate dates. Completely different from your, life path. Has nothing to do with this, right? The years, the soulmate days. Everybody has soulmate days. January 3 has the most soulmate days. That's why you see Greta Thunberg, what's her name? Thunberg? Greta? Little Greta, born January the 3rd. Kyle Rittenhouse, January the 3rd. Bitcoin was launched January the 3rd. Tolkien, born January 3rd. See, January 3 is the date that has the most soulmate days. They have the most soulmate combinations. That's why it's a very, very popular date. Capricorn and Aries women are the biggest gold diggers. Facts or no, chat? Facts or not? Cancer women born in June, the least materialistic. Why? This is a learning experience, guys. I don't want to do my streams. It's the 7th, right? Obviously, yesterday was the 7th day. Today's the 7th. My streams are about learning, about teaching, right? I ain't gonna be doing some dumb shit here. We're gonna be learning. So why is Cancer women born in June the least materialistic compared to July? Can anyone comment then? Can anyone answer? Why is Cancer woman born in June less materialistic than Cancer women born in July? Why are Leos born in July less materialistic than Leos born in August? A lot to think about, bro. A lot to think about. The only flaw in math is fractions. 1 divided by 3, 2 plus 3 is 1. Right? 2 out of 3 is 1. But 0.3d3, 0.6666, 0.9999. Where does the 1 go? Where is the 1 go? Math is a lie. This proves it. Math is fake. How can you can't do it in real life. It's not constant, right? You can't have 2.5 children. You either have 2 kids or you have 3 kids. You can't have like math is a lie. It's all fake. And guys, we all know this 1 divided by 3 is 0.333. Have you seen 1 divided by 7? What happens? 0.142857. You take 2 divided by 7. 0.285714. 2815754. 3 divided by 7, 0.4827. See, every other number is normal. Does something, okay, it goes into infinites, 369, but the 7 is such a different number. You guys, I have no idea how much of a different number really is 7. And this proves it. Take any number, 4 divided by 7, 0.571428, 571428. It's the same pattern, right? A lot to think about. Cancer is a form of karma. I don't know, do we agree with this? Do you guys agree with this? Is Cancer a form of karma? I'm saying it's parasites. Bro, Cancer is parasites. Everybody needs to parasite cleanse every single day. Parasites is one of the biggest, unknown causes of most illnesses. Most diseases really go back to parasites. Think about it. You have viruses, bacteria, parasites. Foreign entities come into your body. Pneumonia, they say, oh, it's lung coughing. It's classified as a virus, it must be a parasite. If you parasite cleanse every day, most of the illnesses aren't going to catch you, right? Cloves, again, organic medicine, right? Cloves, making clove tea, wormwood, black walnut, get that shit. Order of strength, numerology, by number 1 by far. Does not come close. Letterology, part of numbers, right? So letterology, numerology, same, but see, the letters are numbered. It's not the numbers that are lettered, the letters are numbered. A being the first, B being the second, so makes sense. Letterology is the second. Chinese astrology, strongest form of astrology. By a landslide. Doesn't even come close. Celtic astrology. I actually started doing research into Celtic astrology. It deals with the trees, right? It's very, very accurate. But the problem with this is there's not many good sources, and piecing this stuff together yourself, unless you're, a snake or 7 or 33, it can be difficult. When you go to dream world, you go to a different realm, right? REA. Look at this code. REA. REA. R is 9, E is 5, A is 1. What does this mean? Codes within the codes. Cleopatra, the most beautiful woman in the world. Was she? Let's check it out. Is Cleopatra the most beautiful woman in the world? Bold take by Gary. That's not the most beautiful woman in the world. Stop the cap. But I get it. Leo, 5th sign. Cleopatra. Leos look good. Leos are players. People born on 1st and 1928. Anybody born 1st and 1928 in here? Let's see it in the chat. How you guys doing today? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. So today we're going through Gary's old tweets. Check it out. This is 2018. This was what? 7 years ago he was tweeting this stuff. 7 years. Most of us had no idea even about this stuff. I found Gary 2020, right? This is 2018. That's different. Why Katy Perry has the largest following on Twitter? She probably doesn't anymore. As a soul energy, you're in many... this is a good one. As a soul energy, you're in many places at once. Different dimensions, different ages within the same timeline. So your soul, Gary's saying your soul could theoretically be in ancient Greece right now, in another timeline. You could be going through, in ancient Egypt, ancient Babylon, as one of your timelines, moving through there. This time is an illusion. Light and sound doesn't take up space, right? It's a matrix. Is this impossible to communicate with your past self using techniques? It's hidden. We don't know what it means. What is he trying to say? True mastery is when that voice inside your head is your future consciousness. I would say it is possible to communicate with your past self using... What is he trying to say, guys? What is he trying to say? Sparksy! We got Sparksy in here. Bomba Claude, my brother. Give it up for Sparksy. 10-10, a big day coming up for you. Looking forward to that, bro. So how do you talk to yourself in past lives? How do you talk to yourself in other timelines? How to communicate with your higher self and you see different, consciousness going on in different timelines? Because it's all the same you. In the dream world. In the dream world. Look at this. We're going back here. Dream. R-E-A. That's an advanced code. I'm not spitting bullshit at you. If you have kids and cheat on your wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, the kid's health suffers. Bro, I've seen this. I've seen it a lot. Giving readings, talking with people. They have a divorce. I know a guy, right? He had 2 kids, had divorce, went to separate ways. Everything is good. Gets another woman. Suddenly kids start having health problems. Kids breaking their ankles. Kids, getting a cast. Kids are sick all the time. Real shit, literally. If you cheat on your wife and husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, the kid's health suffers. Because when you make a child, you create a karmic bond. You get an energetical link between the 2 of you, right? Or the 3 of you. You break that link, opens up a door for a lot of bad stuff. What's there? Hearing all these men bitch about how women divorced them and took half of their shit. You dumbasses understood numerology astrology, you wouldn't get married to the wrong person in the first place. You caused the problems by being eager. Hey, I don't have problems like that. I don't have problems like that either. I've been together 7 years with my wife, go pushing on 8. No problems like this. Because when you understand numerology astrology, picking a good compatible relationship is, step 1. That's proof of concept. Our stuff works. We can keep a woman together. They ain't gonna take our shit. Tens of millions of people are committing genocide against the family bloodline. I don't know if I want to say it out. But that's how it is. The matrix always tests you hardest when you sleep on 22 days. Advanced information, guys. That's advanced information. Start paying attention whenever it's the 22nd or it's a 22 light bad day, like 9/4/2025. You see all these crazy dreams. You're getting tested in your dreams. They're vivid. You're going through challenges. You might wake up actually tired. You don't actually rest on 22 days sleeping. You go into war in there. That's 22 energy. 22 energy is like a bridge between 2 worlds. So a lot of times when it's a 22 day, I actually consciously try to sleep less. You ain't want to sleep 8-7 hours on a 22 day because you'll be drained. 5 hours. I ain't trying to be in there for too long on a 22 day. Nope. Since 2008, been trying to figure out how to beat the Matrix enemy year. I know how. Watch my accounts profile cloud grow like this year, like never before in a bigger. So this was 2019, right? This was 2019 when Gary had his enemy year. Did he figure it out? I don't know. I didn't know him back then even. 2031, we'll find out, eh? Depending on what your numerology is, certain colors you shouldn't wear. No one knows this because I didn't teach it to others. Remember, only one source of information. Now, this was 2019, guys. world is a bit different nowadays, especially in the realm of numerology astrology. Now we can actually talk about, what colors you should and shouldn't wear. So you take the colors, like all the colors can be broken down with letterology, right? Red starts with R, 18th letter. E is the 5th letter. D is 4th letter. Adds up to 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. So red starts with R, and red starts with R, the 9th letter, and red adds up to 9. So red has a lot of 9 energy. It's the root chakra. Color of the root chakra, right? Let me show you this. Chakras. Right? Look at the colors. Red is at the very bottom. Red is at the very, very, very bottom of the color chakra. Wait, do you guys see this? Yeah, you do. So red is at the very, very bottom, right? 9th letter, 9. Purple is at the top. See, purple, the 7th chakra, starts with P, the 16th letter, 1 by 67. Purple adds up to 7. So again, you can see how numerology astrology is coded even within the colors, right? How can this be a coincidence that red is 9 starts with R in 9th letter, adds up to 9, is the 1st chakra, and the 7th chakra is purple, starts with P, 16th letter, 1 by 67, adds up to 7 as well. Bomba clot. So again, going back to this, if you are one life path, you shouldn't wear red too much. I'm a one life path. I used to have red shoes, twist the ankle all the time, literally. All the time I promised them with my feet. Weren't good. You're not supposed to wear the color red if you're one life path. As easy as that. That's advanced information, right? This was 2019. We couldn't talk. You'd start talking this stuff. 2019, Gary's gonna be a shut your ass down. Now 2025, things are different because we're bringing this knowledge out to the public. We're teaching people this information. We're sharing all of this good stuff because this is the age of Aquarius. This is what you're supposed to be doing in the age of Aquarius. 2 most important qualities man and woman should look for in a person. Loyalty. By far. Bro, no doubt. No doubt, loyalty. Good father, mother, kids. Exactly. What else do you need, right? Everything else comes second. You have a loyal woman who's a good mother. You're doing better than most people out there. Literally. Women are to be worshipped. Look at the codes again. Look at the codes, how letterology is imprinted. Woman, worshipped, womb, bringing life into this world. This was 2016, bro. What were you guys doing in 2016? Let me know in the chat. What were you guys doing in 2016? Did you know Gary? Did you know numerology astrology? He did. He was cooking in 2016. Born in snake year, gets hit in a pig year, enemy signs. Page with Robert Kraft. Warning, people born 2001 in a snake year don't start a family in the pig year. Right? 2018, biggest mistake in your life. Did the people listen? People didn't listen. They're still having kids. The pigs having kids in 2025. You don't need these problems. One of the worst things to have is family issues, family problems, bloodline karma. Your kids, think about it. You're growing up and your kids are gonna hate you, right? You grow up and there's a rift between the two. If it's not a loving, happy family, that's what you get like 80 to 90% of the times when you have enemy signs in family. Easy way, if you're having kids, do not get pregnant in the enemy years. Simple as that. Facts. 1 is male energy, 2 is female energy. The union, 1 plus 2 is 3. Sex adds up to 3. Look at that, how numerology is imprinted within everything. Everything numerology is imprinted on. No matter what it is, right? This is the one thing that ties everything together, right? If you're 9, red is good, yeah, sure. If you want to manifest that energy. So, with colors, it's not only about the compatibility as well, it's also what you're trying to manifest. Every color has a different meaning. Red is a very sexual energy, lady in red, right? Wear the color red, you're trying to seduce people. Black and white both add up to 11. Black and white, both very intimidating colors. That's why you put a black and white suit on, you go into work. Blue is a very trustworthy color. Obviously, wear the color blue if you want people to trust you. Every color is different, right? Purple is 7. Purple is a very good energy if you're studying, if you're attaining higher knowledge, having a purple notebook, having a purple whatever. It's a great energy for anything spiritual. The color of royalty as well, right? Basic numerology. You guys know this, right? Leader, male energy, 2, female energy. 3, communication. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is childlike energy. Male plus female plus child adds up to 6, home number of the family. Everything is connected. It's the 6, number of home and family. Now, it's right there. I just said it, right? I just said it. It's right here. So this is Gary's tweet collection. Guys, if you haven't checked it out, There's a tweet collections of all the GG33 members. There's Gary, there's Roger, there's a whole bunch of other people in there. All of their tweets from 2019. You know, this is Numerology now, this account, this and this band, right? Shout out to the guy who made this collection, because we wouldn't have it if he didn't do it. The sea levels are rising because we're in the age of Aquarius. Are the sea levels rising? I'm calling cap, bro. I haven't seen any sea levels rise yet. Gotta always call it out, you know. But no, I get it. Sea level, you know, that's what they're bringing, but they're not really rising, are they? You know, people actually saying there's gonna be a, you know, we're actually moving closer to another ice age rather than, you know, global warming. It's cold in here, guys. Well, I don't know where you guys are at. Where you guys from, by the way? Tell them in the chat. Let's see some content. Where you guys from? Any Europeans here? Oh, you guys all from America. What color should a pure 33 wear? Orange. Orange adds up to 33. Your 33 life path, wear the color orange. Why does Gary's, you know, brand has so much orange in it? Black and orange, okay, adds up to an 8, money, but the orange is still there. Orange, influence, everywhere. Even 2019, he had orange on his profile picture. That's influence, right? 33s, you should wear the color orange. Never get married on a 7, 16, 25th or under 7 energy. God, I've seen it so much. People who are 7s don't do well in relationships to begin with, so you get married under that imprint. It just breaks apart the family, bro. It just really breaks apart the family, because what happens when you get married on the 7 energy, you might not get divorced instantly. You might not, you know, you're just gonna spend a lot of time alone. That's usually the killer. Understand? That's usually the killer of relationships, when you spend a lot of time alone. When you want to be alone, you don't want to be with her, you want to be together, you need some time with yourself. It's normal for 7s, but when you get married and you imprint your union under that energy, it's not really good, is it? It's not really good. Billy Davies with $20. Shout out, Billy. Thank you. Do you have a message? You have something to ask? Oh, your birthday, 7/5/1979. Let's see, 8. Gotta do the math. You're an 11 life path born on the 5th year of the goat. 11 and 5, very volatile combination. If you're an 11 life path born on the 5th, there's gonna be a lot of ups and downs in life. It's gonna be like a roller coaster at times. You think you're going one way, next moment you're doing something else. That's how the 11-5 work together. It's just volatility, ups and downs, emotions flying high, make an impulsive decision, go somewhere else. So my advice for you, sir, use logic. Do not use emotions when making decisions. Don't make impulsive decisions. Think things through. Use logic and don't change your minds often. People like you, the problem with you is you start changing your mind at the last moment, and then when you make the wrong decision. Make up your mind, stick with it, and then deal with the results. 2027 should be an amazing year for you, being 1979 year goat. So again, that's when you turn 48, just like Gary's in his snake year right now. Right? So you can see how Gary's moving in his snake year. That's how you gotta be as well. You gotta go hard and really make it the best year of your life. If you don't do that, you're just missing out. Astrology compatibility. Aries does best with Leo, Sagittarius worst with Libra. Guys, have you checked into astrology compatibility? Western astrology, it's there. There's a lot of good stuff in there actually. For example, water signs should always be with water signs. Cancers do best with Pisces and Scorpio. Because water signs, they're so emotional, they can connect on the, you know, emotional love type of level better than they can with any other sign. Much less, you know, a fire sign or an earth sign. So again, I'm a Cancer, my wife's a Cancer as well. We're very similar and it works. It really does. Karma. First letter is 11. K, right? A second, the vowels are both 1. Right? So look at the word karma. Why are the vowels both 1? Only the A is there. Interesting. Karma adds up to 8. What are the chances, guys? What are the chances that the, you know, overlords that essentially made this simulation and conjured up the English language, what are the chances that this is a coincidence? No, literally tell me, what are the chances that this is done by accident? Absolutely 0 that karma adds up to an 8. 8 the number of karma, what goes around comes around. So imagine, put yourself in the shoes of like Gary in 2001, when he's like learning this stuff and he's like going through adding it up and he sees karma adds up to 8. He must have been mind blown. He was like, bomba clot. Literally, but this is how it is. We live in a virtual reality. We really do, guys. Called the Matrix. This spiritual energy prison designed to cause conflict, stress, which cause humans to get emotional. Because when you sleep, that's when you feed on us. Makes sense. What it says, this is a good educated guess, because obviously we can't prove this, but this is like we can prove this in some ways, but mostly it's an educated guess, right? So again, this is a good educated guess when you think about it, because the Matrix wants you to fight. The Matrix wants you to mess up. The Matrix wants you to slip. So that's why in this world there's enemy signs, enemy numbers, enemy days, enemy months, because it causes drama, it wants drama. So that's my advice. If you have a family member who's your enemy sign, if you have a mom, you have a son, you have a brother who's your enemy sign, don't fight with them. Don't fight with them. Avoid them if you have to. If you don't get along, go each other's ways, but don't fight with each other, because when you're beefing within a family, that creates a very negative frequency, and a Matrix feeding on that. So again, you have enemy energy in your family. A lot of people do. Not everybody, but a lot of people have that. It's just part of this, Matrix. So again, just gotta learn to deal with it. Blood thicker than water, right? Let's focus on the good side. Focus on what, combines you, instead of focusing what makes you different. Same thing if you have enemy numbers in a birthday, right? That's kind of difficult to choose, right? With the years it's easy, but with the picking the date, unless you get a C-section, it's kind of difficult to get it, right? So let's say you're a 3 life path and your son is a 4 life path. You gotta understand what works for you might not work for them, because you're different people. Everybody has their own code. Everybody has their own road to success. There's no one size fits all, right? That's a lot of times. Let's say fathers on an 8 life path and trying to tell the 3 life path daughter, go here, do this, do that, and it's not what they want to do. It's not what they're meant to do. Understanding numerology, astrology is actually one of the best things for parenting, because you can actually learn what your kids are gonna be like when they're growing up. You can actually learn what are the skill sets, what are the tools, and you can, as a parent, set them up for success using advanced knowledge. We didn't know this stuff when we were kids. We didn't know it was our friendly year when we were 12, right? But now having knowledge, we can build up our bloodline. We can build up generations using this, these tools. Andrew Harrison was good. Who trained this guy? He runs like a radio show. GG33 operator. I appreciate it, bro. Who trained me? You ain't gotta guess twice, bro. The government spies on people with cameras. The Matrix spies on people with mirrors. Bro, this is gold, guys. This is a gold mine. If you haven't checked it out, I will share with you. I will share this in the share with you guys right now. 1 second. I want to share this with you guys, so you can go through it. You can learn this yourself if you haven't checked it out. If you don't know about it, this is Gary's old tweet collections from 2019. As we see, it's absolutely filled with gold.